Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of Freedom Friday here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, AR the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about why Andrew Ginther and other Democrats need to be removed from office immediately across the board. So basically, just smell my computer there. Obviously, this is a Freedom Friday on a Saturday morning for me, but it is what it is. I would have done this yesterday, but I was not feeling great. Joints were still hurting like crazy, and it's what it is, man. So, anyway, basically, the cops finally released the body cam footage of the story I've been talking about for the last couple of days. That Takira, I think is what her name was, Young, there in Columbus. She was the idiot who decided it was a good idea at 6 or 7 months pregnant right now to steal a bunch of booze from a Kroger, along with the rest of her little hood rat gang there. And, of course, all of them were still inside stealing booze when she was going outside to get in the vehicle, which a lot of people have already said she'd probably get away driving in this situation. Don't be surprised by it at all, honestly, to be the case. But, yeah, the entire point is, though, she was doing criminal shit. Cops were there for a non-related call. Specifically, that call was to help an old woman get her keys out of her car that she had locked in it. And then it was a Kroger employee walked up to them and was like, hey, there's a bunch of people inside stealing stuff. Oh, there goes one of them right there. And yeah, the cops confronted her. She was already in the vehicle at the time. They released the body cam footage. Now I have since watched that. I'm not going to show it on the stream here today because don't need to get dinged with the channel strike or whatever the case be. But it's a little bit. It was pretty much exactly what I thought it was. Because it was teeny a little bit different actually. Because I was thinking she was more like this way towards the thing. She was actually that way. If you know where the Walmart handicap places are outside of the store and stuff like that, where it's like really close, but it's basically you still have to, be like that way in instead of being front ways like that or whatever. She was basically in one of those in the Kroger parking lot, is what it was. So she was exactly where I thought she was. She was just in a handicap spot, is what it was, though. So illegally parked in a handicap spot, no tags on the vehicle, doing criminal shit to get away with it. Literally has the window down about probably that much, give or take, in the body cam footage. Told by the cops over a dozen times, get the fuck out of the car, 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 get the fuck out of the car. Doesn't do it, obviously, and proceeds to accelerate forward, at which point the cop who was standing directly in front of the car, she proceeds to pretty much almost clip his ass as he's like kind of trying to jump out of the way a little bit. Still has his gun pointed at the windshield, and that's when he gets like close enough to where the car is like almost touching the barrel of his gun, and that's when he banged the fucking one round, is what it was. And that's what killed her. So, and now, of course, you got a bunch of fucking retard terrorists and BLM and Antifa calling for rioting, pretty much, over this moron. And to the point where you had to have the State House, which is going to be back in session in about 10, 11 days right now, are having to put barricades up outside of it to stop them from breaking the windows out again and stuff like they did 3 years ago. And this is honestly where the Franklin County prosecutor needs to get off his ass and start prosecuting people at this point, dude. And by people, I mean every single bitch that this dumb bitch was with that were all stealing stuff at the time, dude. They all need to get smacked with felony murder rule in the state of Ohio. Because they were all committing felonies when she got killed. It falls under felony murder rule status there, dude. Charge all their asses with it, dude. And the reason I say that is because you got fucking Young's dumbass family now being like, oh, this cop needs to be fired and prosecuted. For what? Doing his job while your piece of shit fucking idiot family member was trying to run him over? While committing multiple fucking felonies at the time? And that's the exact problem with our country right now, dude. It's this one group of fucking people in our country. And you all know who I'm talking about, dude. It's the Sun people. Go out there, thinking they can do what the fuck they want, and get away with it, dude. And what do? They proceed to lead to other criminal elements then, jumping on board like that. And you got the white sons with the fucking black sons, etc., dude. There was one AK was talking about here a little bit on his stream, was about how it was an 18-month investigation down there in Columbus of a crew called the BL 118 or something like that. It was 12 black dudes and one ugly ass looking white guy with a bunch of neck and face tattoos who was either the leader of that gang or was basically like the dude who was doing the accounting for it. Who the fuck knows, Had Hell, some people say he might have been the fucking dude doing most of the drive-bys for him or stuff like that. Wouldn't surprise me. It's like, yeah, have him do the most of the killing is what it is, so the rest of y'all can be like, oh no, it was Thomas over there who did it all, something like that, dude. I could totally see them doing that shit too, honestly. Be like, oh, you want to be part of the gang? You got to be the one with the gun in your hand, the kind of thing, or whatever the case, be doing all the shootings and stuff. So, yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous. And what's sad, and it does make you wonder, like, how many people were killed or how many crimes were committed in that year and a half investigation to arrest these 13 pieces of shit is what it was there, dude. Because they were saying how many crimes these guys are charged with. I'm going to see if I can find it actually on the local affiliate there on YouTube right now, because it should be on there for Columbus. Because they were saying something crazy, like the guy's got like 800 different felonies or something crazy like that, dude. And I'm just like, in 13 people with 800 plus felonies, are you fucking high as shit? Like, it does make you wonder, dude, and it does go back to stuff, and it's like, it really does become a situation there. So, Columbus News. All right, let's go ahead and see what's going on locally in Columbus there with all the news station stuff there. Let's see, LGBT plus bills being considered at the State House. And by that, they mean to finally do away with child transitioning and stuff like this. What we're talking about there. This was 8 hours ago. Hunger Action Month 2023. Yeah, there's people that can't even afford basic necessities now, dude. And then there's the dumb bitch that got killed right here. Are you going to shoot me? Woman asked before police fatally shoot her. I don't know. Are you going to accelerate your fucking vehicle and try to hit a bunch of cops? Okay, then they're going to dome your ass. Not that hard to figure out, you dumb bitch. Fuck around and find out, Takira. Like, seriously, you would think, honestly, at 21 years old, man, and this woman already being a mother to two young boys, being 6 and 3, so she had one when she was like 15 and the other one when she was 18, and at 21 is pregnant with a third one, a little girl. You would think you would make, I don't know, better life choices at that point and be like, maybe I shouldn't do a bunch of criminal shit because I might want to be around for my children. But no, she made the stupidest decisions ever, dude. And then we wonder why you got fucking idiots getting themselves killed, and that's obviously the body cam footage of the cops there. So what it looks like there was a black cop who was telling her to get out of the car, and then it looks like potentially the guy that was that fired the fatal shot was actually a white officer. So yeah, they're definitely going to try to riot over this whole thing, and obviously already got the retards in BLM trying to call for cop that family and shit, and BLM as well trying to call for her to be that cop to be prosecuted and everything else like that. So just a bunch of stupid shit is what it is, dude. Let's see. Then we got Columbus Proprietary School for Boys holds annual tie-tying ceremony. So teaching kids how to tie a tie. That's kind of pathetic, actually, when you think about it, dude. Like, really, you have to teach someone to do that? I mean, I guess it makes sense, but like, I don't know. This should be basic shit in schools anyway, dude. Like, it really shouldn't be there shouldn't be like a whole like celebration ceremony for that. It's like, nah, dude, like, here's a basic like home ec class or something like that. This is how you do, or not home ec, but like life skills class is what it should be, honestly. By the way, if and when I become governor of the state, that's going to be one of the things on my agenda for my platform and stuff like that. Will be to do stuff like that in schools, honestly, across Ohio. Would have an actual like life skills courses would be in every single school across the state right now, where you would teach kids the basics, how to balance a checkbook, how to tie a tie for boys, hell, how to tie a bow tie. I don't know how to do that at almost 40 years old right now, dude. I have no idea how to do that stuff. So, like, I know how to tie a tie, obviously, but I don't know how to tie a bow tie is what it is. So, yeah, it's like basic things you should know how to do by the time you're like in your late teens or early 20s, what it is there. So, anyway. And then, obviously, other stuff too, various like, there would be like semi-parenting stuff in that class too, as well, for that matter, and just other things across the boards. What it would be then, because it would almost be like a mixture between like home ec, where home ec used to be anyway. Because now I think a lot of schools have done away with home ec as well, unfortunately, which is stupid because it did teach you a lot of stuff, even as a guy, dude. Look, you learn how to cook, you learn how to do a bunch of other things there as well, dude. Sew and everything else like that too. And that's pretty much what life skills would be as well, for that matter. It would add, like, sewing in there. It would add, various parenting skills and stuff like that. De-escalation of situations and stuff like that kind of subject matter and things like that is what it would be. Just all across the board is what it would be. So, anyway. But then, as the other one said here for 6 minutes, it says, "Are you going to shoot me?" Woman asked before fatal being shot. That was 9 hours ago. And then we got 14 hours ago, same thing. 14 hours ago, same thing. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and present that thing right there, because I do want to show the one still frame here for this, which is, that was where the cop was standing while she was accelerating at him. He was right in front of the vehicle, and then he got basically clipped off to the side of it, and that's when he fired like a foot from the windshield is what it was there. And yeah, she basically then accelerated off to the side there, and it was like almost through the front doors is what it was there, before finally coming to a dead stop, where they literally had to break the window open and pop the fucking lock, because she had locked the doors is what it was, to get her to actually comply and get medical assistance for her and stuff like that is what it was. And then, of course, you got this one. 13-year-old murder suspect in East Town Center shooting appears in court. This is actually at a mall area down there in Columbus. So you got a 13-year-old male. Y'all can see the race, obviously. Killing some people. Fucking ridiculous is what it is. Again, fatherless homes are an issue in this country, and it's something that can be addressed easily. That's one big issue right now. And I was trying to find the one that AK was talking about here. Oh, here we go. Now we got Ohio's abortion fund sees record demand for services. Fucking disgusting, dude. Just keep killing yourselves, why don't you, people? Just keep offing the next generation and everything there. Then we got this one. Family and supporters gather to remember Donovan Lewis 1 year after death. I can't remember which guy that was. There's been so many of them, is what it is, dude. I'm thinking that might have been the dude who actually had a gun in his hand, or no, sorry. If this is the one I'm thinking of, this was the fucking idiot teenager who tried to pull a gun on a white dude and then got fucking smoked, and the white guy rightfully did stand your ground self-defense, and he was basically acquitted and didn't have to stand trial for it, if I'm not mistaken. At least I believe that's what the story is on that one. I think that's who that was. If it isn't, it's the other one I'm thinking it is, which is basically the guy was in the room. He had multiple felony warrants out for his arrest. That's when the cops were in there. And now you have a cop basically being charged with his murder after all this is said and done, because basically they kicked the door in and immediately fired the shots in there, which is fucked up that the cop was being charged with anything, because of the fact that the dude did have a gun on him. Even his buddies who were able to be taken out alive, there was like 5 or 6 of them in there who were taken out alive is what it was, even said the guy's probably armed in that room. And yet he wouldn't come out and surrender for the crimes he already committed at that point, which is multiple felonies, including like domestic battery and shit like that. So I'm not sure if that's the one or it's the other one where it's the teen who was shot and killed. Let me go check this one. Actually, I do want to go ahead and listen to this real quick. Okay, yeah, this was the one I was thinking it was. Yeah, this is the guy that was in the room that had a gun in his hands. What it was. Okay, so all right, so good to know that was the one I was thinking it was. All right. So then we got how community violence can affect mental health. Well, I'm sure if you witness people getting shot right in front of you, it's probably going to affect your health, I'm sure. Then we got some Ohio schools to arm teachers and staff. It should be all Ohio schools across the board right now, by the way, just to be clear on that one. Then we got 2 days ago, footage from fatal shooting of pregnant woman to be released Friday, police chief says. See, this is the problem I have with this shit right now, right? So you got this fucking shitty-ass police chief down in Columbus who's like, oh, we're just going to wait until Friday to release the footage, instead of being like, hey, how about we wait until, I don't know, fucking Monday, when it's not a goddamn 3-day weekend, and then you release the footage on Memorial Day, or the day after Memorial Day on Tuesday, dude. But that's the problem right now. And again, this is why if I do become governor of the state, 100%, man, it's not just going to be a bunch of Democrat mayors that get arrested on my first couple days in office. It's going to be a bunch of fucking dumbass police chiefs that are going to get arrested that first day too, is what it is, dude. Because it's these fucking retards that are trying to lead us into this situation where you then have violence all weekend is what it is then. Because they're a bunch of ignorant assholes who shouldn't be in positions of power ever is what it is, dude. And instead of releasing stuff on a day that's where, like, okay, you're not going to see violence today because it's like a random Tuesday or whatever the case, but if you do, you can actually deal with it correctly. It's like, oh no, let's go ahead and fucking do it on a fucking weekend day and then wonder why we have violence all weekend then. It's the most ignorant shit I've ever seen in my entire fucking life, and it continues to happen over and over again in every single major city in this country, which is all run by Democrats, by the way. It's fucking annoying as hell, dude. Anyway. And we got former juvenile judge speaks out on youth crime in Columbus. We're actually gonna. This is about a 2-minute story. We're actually gonna watch this one for real. I'm gonna start pulling some of these up right now to do here in a couple minutes. Is what it is then. And then I'm trying to find the one thing. Oh, here you go. We got Ohio woman facing federal charges for $2.8 million in COVID relief fraud. How many other people got away with that too, by the way, including dipshit DeWine, who literally stole a bunch of money from the fucking COVID PPP loans to go give to a minor league baseball team he owns in the state of Indiana. Never even benefited Ohio for that matter. Ooh, that art is good. Got it out of the fridge before I started this tonight. All right, then we got another one that happened. This was another one of the shootings that happened around the time that young girl was shot, which is North Columbus Dairy Queen murder suspect arrested, issued $3 million bond. Like, at what point do you just do no bond on these fucking people, dude? Like, instead of just having to be some high-ass amount, just do a no bond on these people, man. Be like, no, sorry, you were a fucking flight risk. You are not going to be given any bond. You're going to be sitting in the Franklin County jail system until you're arraigned is what it is, dude. Until your fucking trial date is what it'll be then. And that we don't have these jerk-offs back on the fucking streets again is what it is, dude. To do more killings and more fucking crime besides that is what it is then. And then you got these fucking things here. You got abortion amendment ballot language challenged. Group behind abortion amendment challenges deceptive ballot language. Calling an unborn child, calling it a baby and not a fetus is not fucking anything, you idiots. It's literally what you dipshits are trying to do. You're trying to mass murder the unborn is what it is, you sick fucks. And we're sick and tired of your shit is what it is here. So, I know I'm personally sick and tired of all of it is what it is, dude. That's exactly why your baby death amendment in November will be voted down by the majority of Ohioans is what it'll be, dude. And give or take about 8 weeks from now. So, anyway. Let's see. Where are we at now? Yeah, that was a teen victim identified in fatal shooting at Easton Center. Victim of deadly shooting at Easton Center identified as 15-year-old boy. Let's see. So teen on teen violence on that one. I'm still trying to find that one that was on here. Well, I will say one thing in this stream right now because I'm looking through this and stuff. If Skynet does rise, it will rise in the state of Ohio, apparently, because, and I say that reasoning for this one reason right here, which is literally Google to invest another $1.7 billion in Ohio projects, including AI. And of course, you got cops teaching people how to stay safe in active aggressor situation. It depends on if you know where the guy's coming. Like, I'm assuming this cop's going to grab the other guy's gun is what it is there. And it's like, yeah, that's how you become dust, bro. That's how you become that literal Detroit urban survival tactics dude. Where 90% of the time that guy's showing you anything and stuff like that, you're immediately getting shot. And the other 10%, you're getting shot like 10 seconds after that. This dude. It's why that guy did a parody where he was like, it was like some dude like trying out his tactics or whatever, and the guy's like up in heaven. And then it's basically dust joining him in heaven like 10 minutes later is what it is. Because that's the problem. Like, this dude's dumbass tactics don't work, dude. It's very fucking hard to disarm someone, by the way, if they have a good grip on that gun, dude. And the thing is, like, more than half the time, the dumbass things that Detroit guy does where it's like trying to like flip the shit around or whatever. It's like, nah, dude, they're just gonna pull the trigger on you and blow your fucking brains out. Is what's gonna be on that situation. Like, you ain't gonna have time to do like, you know, sleight of hand tricks and shit like that. Like, you're just gone, bro. This is actually one that happened a couple days ago, where I think this was one that dipshit Ginther was talking about, and then it was a couple state reps, if I'm not mistaken, where it was basically Ginther trying to break state preemption again, because of course he is, and that's another thing too, dude. I really wish I had the money to just sue Andrew Ginther's ass right now, because I totally would. I'd sue his ass under the Hot Pitch Education Network moniker is what it is, dude, and he'd be fucking around and finding out real quick is what it is. But unfortunately, we don't have any money to actually do our thing. Here's what it is. Going back to the specific news stories there, though. This was one of the idiots the other day I was talking about that I was showing from AK's panel there, where it was all these dumb motherfuckers who were protesting over this girl's death is what it is, even though she's a hardcore criminal is what it is, dude. Then we got this one. Give the gift of music to a Central Ohio child during donation drive. Yeah, that's what you should be giving kids, man. Violins and trumpets and stuff like that. Let them become musicians. Don't let them become gangbangers, man, for real. Then going back to that Dairy Queen one, we got 19-year-old dead in shooting at North Columbus Dairy Queen restaurant. Then you got 5 days ago, ex-Ohio Speaker Larry Householder listed as inmate in federal Oklahoma prison now. He should not be the only one in that federal prison, by the way. I would love to see a video of Casey Weinstein joining him in that federal prison for all the crimes Casey's committing right now that should be considered federal felonies. And the two of them, basically, it would be the Larry and Casey show. And it would just be like a various show inside that prison cell of the two of these fucking idiots, basically either trying to bond or do whatever then. Because I was thinking about this last night when I was in the bathroom, and I was like, you know, it'd be kind of a funny like season finale to that reality series. Is you just have both guys getting Epsteined. Like, you just have some fucking CO like pop the door and shit like that. And it's just like 20 guys like walking in with shanks and shit like that. And then they're just like, oh, it was a murder-suicide or something like that after the fact or whatever then. So I wouldn't be surprised by it, honestly, dude. But then again, that would actually mean that they would have to know something about Epstein Island, which I don't think either guy does, is what it is. But they are both criminal fuckers, is what it is, dude. And that's why Weinstein is being removed from office right now and should have been charged federally already at this point for the hate crime hoax he did himself using the USPS system a little over 4 years ago now is what it is. Or right around 4 years ago right now is what it is. Because it would have been September 2019 then when he did that shit. So, let's see. Still trying to find that one. Is there a way? I don't know how that AK guy looks up. Maybe it's crime? Maybe that's how he looks these up. Oh, that makes more sense then. Yeah. All right, let's see. Yeah, this is probably how he was looking it up then. And this one was from several months ago where you had 10 people getting shot during a weekend of violence in Short North there. And we got, that's 5 years ago, teen mom 2-star, pulls gun during a road rage incident. Okay, this is still Columbus. And now you're going to shoot woman asked for fatally being shot. I'm literally trying to find the one I'm looking for here. Let's see. That was 3 months ago too. Columbus police seeking to ID group who allegedly overran gas station after street takeover event. This was 3 months ago, by the way. We will talk about that one actually. It's one of the stories right now here in a few minutes. Because I'm sure they're still looking for these pieces of shit, dude. And of course, it's a bunch of juvenile minorities, and then it's like a few white kids with them there. Honestly, the sad part is, given where my extended family currently lives in Columbus down there now, because it's with my brother's mother-in-law, they basically are living in the hood right now, dude. And my 16-year-old nephew, who is white, could easily be drugged into some bullshit like that's what it is, man. So, I'm gonna try something now. I'm gonna look up Columbus gang 18-month investigation. This is what I was talking about. The AK was talking about a few hours ago is what it is. That one's from almost a year ago, by the way. So we'll talk about this too as well.
Accused of several violent crimes from stolen property to murder. Here are the 13 people arrested in this 18-month-long investigation.
Yeah.
Police are calling it the BL 800 gang. Police say they were responsible for 84 state felony charges. Police
84.
said all but 2 of the suspects indicted had previously faced charges.
Jesus. Okay, I thought I heard 800 something when they were talking about it earlier. Maybe that was a different cast that was talking about that there. That's just ridiculous, dude. Maybe it was this one right here from 10 months ago as well. Or maybe it's this one from... That was somebody else's channel. Yeah, we'll go straight from the
Police say they have arrested 13 people affiliated with a street gang in Columbus as part of a week-long operation. Columbus Police, along with the ATF Task Force and Franklin County
This was back in 2022, by the way.
Started Operation Mind Your Manners last Tuesday.
Mind Your Manners.
Finishing it just yesterday. It happened after an 18-month investigation.
Funny.
Law enforcement says they arrested 13 members of BL 800, a group they say is responsible for violent crime on the west side of the city. Those suspects are being indicted on 84 state felony charges,
crazy,
ranging from
dude.
receiving stolen property to murder. You can read more about those arrested and what they're accused of doing on NBC4i.com.
Yeah, that shit's nuts, dude, because that basically equates to, let me figure this out. 13, 26, 39, 52, 65, 78. That's like 6 apiece, and then like a couple others got like another one on top of that then. So it's like 6 to 7 felony charges apiece, dude. That's a lot of shit, man. That really is a lot of shit, honestly. Fucking crazy, man. All right. Let's see. What was the other ones we're gonna talk about here now? Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about this one here. This was the one with the former juvenile judge speaks out on youth crime in Columbus, Ohio. This was from 2 days ago. So let's see what this former youth county judge has to say about the stuff.
A former Franklin County juvenile judge is weighing in on the current state of youth crime in Columbus. She says in order to see improvements, the courts need to take a different approach.
Just this week, 4 teenagers are in trouble for violent crimes, including a 13-year-old charged with murder. NBC4's Anna Hoffman joins us now in studio. And Anna, we've been...
I agree. They need to start charging these juveniles as fucking adults when they're committing adult crimes, dude. That's how you solve a lot of this shit. You want to be 12, 13, 14 and go commit a bunch of homicides, dude? Guess what, bitch? You're never seeing the light of day ever again. Because your ass is going to be in a fucking county prison for the rest of your damn life is what it'll be. And if it's not a county prison, it'll be a state prison then. And you're going to start out in fucking DH or juvie or whatever you're going to call it there. And you're going to go up to adult prison when you turn 18 to 21 someplace in there. Like, we might just do a transition thing where you were like in this weird, like, almost like county jail for like 3 years of your life or something like that, between 18 and 21. Then when you turn 21, like, you're automatically in real prison, is what it is then. So, anyway.
Talking about this all week, what does this former judge mean by taking a different approach?
Judge, she says the courts need to do a better job at individualizing each case and also using a little bit of tough love. Yvette McGee-Brown was the first juvenile lead judge here in Franklin County. She took that.
Oh, this is the stupid fucking cunt.
She says juvenile crime was also on the rise.
The pendulum always swings.
Former judge Yvette McGee.
By the way, this is the dumb fucking cunt who was a one-term appointee to the Ohio Supreme Court for like a year of her life. When you had then Maureen O'Connor become Chief Justice. And I believe it was under Ted Strickland's leadership there that happened, so he would have been Democrat governor. I believe Strickland was either the last Democrat governor or one of the last Democrat governors of the state of Ohio. And then you had this dumb bitch basically do a bunch of dumbass shit, and she's now working with O'Connor to try to put through a bunch of bullshit ranked choice voting crap in the state of Ohio. And thank God, I forget if it was either Secretary of State's office or the AG's office this week, basically told them to fuck off with their bullshit ballot language. It's not going to be put on the ballot at all. Because they're basically trying to pull ranked choice voting crap here is what it is. And it's like, no, you're not going to turn Ohio into fucking California, you fucking cunts. Fuck off. So, yeah. If anything, Yvette, you should have done a better job as a fucking child prosecutor and actually prosecuted these fucking teenagers as goddamn adults, bitch. And guess what? Had you done that fucking like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, to fucking wasn't you were a judge there in Franklin County? You know what would have happened, lady? There wouldn't be the crime spike there is now because you wouldn't have repeat offenders back on the streets to knock up a bunch of fucking hood rat hoes to have a bunch of fucking kids. They're then going to become gangbangers themselves later on because they're in fucking fatherless homes, you dumb bitch. So good job, Yvette. It's all fucking your fault, bitch. Truthfully speaking. Fucking truth bomb. Mic drops, bitches. Seriously. I'm animated as fuck today. I don't know why, man. I think it's because I drank some Arnold Palmer earlier and that's got some caffeine in it is what it is. I'm all jacked up on Arnie Palmer, bitch. So, anyway. But nah, seriously, I did have some Arnold Palmer earlier tonight. And it does have like a slight bit of caffeine in it is what it is. So that could be why. Could be why. But no, seriously, like, real talk, man. Yvette is definitely a cog in the wheel to be blamed for this shit because she definitely gave some of these kids low-level sentencing when she was a judge in the juvenile prosecution place there in the county courtrooms is what it was. And yeah, she definitely is to blame is what it is, dude, because it's partly her fault for that matter because she didn't charge these kids with what they should have been charged with and give them better sentencing is what it was there. Now, granted, again, like I said before, is every kid a lost cause? It depends on the crime, really. But yeah, if you have kids coming in there where their fucking charges are literally a laundry list, at least the length of my arm, where it's like carjacking. Oh, they stole like 800 cars in the past like 6 months. You throw the fucking book at them, bitch. Oh, they killed another teenager in cold blood? You throw the fucking book at them. Oh, they just did some graffiti and stuff like that? Okay, maybe we do an alternative to fucking jail or whatever the case be, or DH or whatever it is there. And you actually give these kids a second chance. You know, they go out there, they clean up the graffiti, and they have like, you know, be like shamed by society or something like that while holding up a sign or something like that, dude. Be like, I'm a dumbass that got caught doing a bunch of gang tagging or something like that. And if nothing else, if that sways them to a better way and you actually have them put in a mentorship program or something like that for that matter, you know, you actually put them into some kind of a program there at, you know, some place. I don't care what it is, a school or a fucking, you know, local rec center or something like that. And you have them under the leadership of an actual mentor then. Because maybe they are from a fatherless home and stuff like that. You can actually teach these kids to be a better person in life. Then good. Maybe that's the ones you do it with, dude. But no, you don't give these fucking kids that are going to be killing a bunch of people or carjacking fucking everybody and their brother because they're fucking Kia boy shit and then doing all this crap where they're throwing all their fucking crimes on the internet now on various Instagram pages and everything else like that. You got cops doing nothing to actually track these motherfuckers down now. Which, by the way, I actually called the Ohio State lawmakers out the other day on this one. And I'm going to call them again on this channel, honestly, dude. Do your fucking job, Reggie Stolfist and every other lawmaker in the state of Ohio right now. And introduce legislation when y'all come back into power in about a week or so that would allow for the IP tracking of criminal social media pages so you can track these little punk asses down and at least get one of them that's uploading this shit. And then nothing else, you put the screws of that motherfucker until he turns on all of his fucking friends is what it is. And then you cut that jerk off a deal. Like, not a good one, obviously, but like, you know, a slight deal where it's like a couple years off or something, maybe. And then the rest of them just get slapped with the fucking book is what it is then. And get much harder sentences, like a few more years is what it'll be then. So, and that's how you deal with the shit, dude. That, again, going back to what we showed a minute ago there with that 13 gang member thing, it took them 18 months between 2020 and 2022 they were doing that investigation. A year and a half there, dude. How much crime did those 13 guys do during that time? And you've now taken out that entire gang in one shot, dude. And guess what? I'm sure that neighborhood's a lot better off for it right now. Now, granted, on the flip side of things, it could be even worse now because you never know. It could have been one of those situations where now that you've taken out that, big old gang of dudes or whatever, now you got this fucked up power vacuum of people that are coming up now and are trying to basically kill each other for power is what it is there. And literally, seal the void is what it is there. And so then you have even worse things happen then. And that's exactly what happens with a lot of major cities in this country, honestly, when it comes to gangs and stuff, dude. If you actually take out the whole, like, gang or kingpin or whatever it is there, you have, some random kingpin guy, like Dave or Andre or whoever the hell it is there running the gang and shit like that, like the main crew, whatever it is there. You take that guy and the rest of the crew out and stuff like that. Guess what? Now you have a bunch of guys vowing to be next kingpin is what it is. And that's when you start having gang warfare everywhere is what it is then. Or it becomes even more lawless. And that maybe is what led, honestly, truthfully speaking, to the whole thing down there in the short north. It's just people trying to literally make a name for themselves to be the next gangbanger, fucking king of the block kind of thing is what it is there. Who knows? I don't know. And I'm so glad I don't live in Columbus anymore because fuck that fucking city, dude. It's the biggest. Seriously, I've talked about this before, dude. There was 2 random Sun guys that almost beat my ass to death down there when I was just trying to walk back to my fucking apartment from the convention center that one night. Because some dumbass fucking cabbie who was not from America and didn't speak proper English to actually be able to, talk to him enough to be able to be like, hey, dude, I'm standing right here in front of the fucking convention center, right there where you should be able to fucking see my ass. Just drive down here and look for a guy standing at the fucking corner of the goddamn street. But apparently they didn't understand that shit. To the point where I just said, fuck it, just cancel the ride. And then just tried to walk home. And then, I was almost jumped by 2 fucking guys then. And thank God I was able to run my fat ass a little bit faster than they were because I was able to get then to I believe it was a hookah bar at the time. I'm not sure what it is now, if that'd be the case. But yeah, at the time it was like some hookah bar there. And there was a bunch of people standing outside of it, like doing, sucking off the hookahs is what it was there. And having like some drinks and stuff like that. And I was able to at least be around the crowd then to where those guys had basically said fuck it at that point, went in their direction is what it was. So, yeah. But needless to say, had I stopped and tried to converse with them or whatever the case be, I guarantee they would have tried to pull me in a fucking alleyway and beat my ass to death probably for whatever I had then that night, which was just a bag with some magic cards and stuff in it. And a few dollars in my wallet is what it would have been then. So that's also one reason why I'm a big advocate to always be carrying nowadays, dude. Because at the time I didn't even carry a knife, and it wasn't until after that I started carrying a knife down in Columbus then. And the only reason I was carrying a knife is because, shocker, I didn't have access to a gun at the time. Had I had access to a gun, you know what I would have been doing at the time? I would have got my CCW then and been carrying probably a fucking 38 snub nose in my pocket going to classes and shit. Or whatever the hell I could get cheap at a fucking pawn shop is what it would have been then. So, But yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is, man. So anyway. But yeah, the only thing I would have had to protect me that night would have been some keys that I could have jammed one of those guys in the throat with, and I would have done as hard as I could have too, honestly. But anyway, going back to Vet Brown's dumbass bullshit here.
Brown has held the gavel in juvenile court before. Now she's watching from the outside.
In the 90s, they wanted to identify every juvenile as a super predator. Well, that's not right. And it seems like today...
Oh, you mean what Hillary Clinton used to say all the time?
Every juvenile is somebody that just needs community care, and that's not right either.
She says it's not easy to watch teenagers go through a revolving door in and out of court. 2 weeks ago,
Yeah, because most of those teens shouldn't go out of a revolving door. They should be going right through the fucking main door to the damn adult facility, bitch, and be locked down for the crimes they commit. Damn. And like I said, you can't save them all, dude, but you can save some. It's not a lot, though, is what it is, dude. Like, the majority need to go away for a while.
Teenagers with prior records were arrested at a high school football game with automatic weapons. This week...
Okay, let me go back on that one. Let me go back on that one for a minute now.
2 weeks ago, go through a revolving door in and out of court. 2 weeks ago, 2 teenagers with prior records were arrested at a high school football game with automatic weapons. This week...
Okay. Prior records and automatic weapons. Where the fuck are they getting full auto from, dude? Or what they really mean probably is they have prior records and they have a Glock with a fucking switch on it, which is also illegal for that matter. Because, shocker, criminals don't give a fuck about your anti-gun laws, you dumb bitches. The only thing it affects is people like myself who actually would disarm. Because we don't want to be felons after the fact is what it is then. But even now, like, I'm to the point of just saying, fuck you. Fuck your gun laws, dude. Like, try to push shit and see what fucking happens, bitch. Fuck around and find out. Same thing with the COVID lockdowns. You know, you want to commit your fucking tyranny? Fuck around and find out, bitches. See how quick that gets you done. Because most of us ain't putting up with tyranny anymore, dude. We don't want to put up with the first time around, and we sure as hell ain't putting up with the second time around so you can steal the fucking presidency a second goddamn time. And a bunch of Senate seats and everything else like that, for that matter, that for re-election.
2 13-year-olds were charged in connection to a deadly shooting at Easton Town Center.
Do you hope that this is gonna improve?
Now we got some changes.
McKee Brown says, in her experience, each case needs to be individual.
So I used to take great care in looking at all of the juveniles who came in, whether they were held.
So that was a Glock that cop was fucking around with. I think that was one of the ones that was at that football game then. So that would have been a full auto Glock then. Or a Glock switch Glock is what I should say on that one.
They're released and looked at what was their prior record, what was their family situation.
Right now, the courts use...
Okay. Look at their things. Look at their prior record and what they were charged with. How about this? How about if they have any prior record, you automatically hit them with the maximum then? How about that? Because they're clearly a repeat offender at that point. If they have no prior record, then okay. Maybe we look at that crime then, how it is, dude. Again, if it's going to be a fucking murder, if it's going to be a rape, a robbery, a carjacking, whatever the case be, again, slap them with a fucking book. If it's going to be some low-level misdemeanor like tagging fucking shit or, you know, maybe like fighting or something, like maybe you de-escalate that one if that be the case then, man. If it's just something where a bunch of teens are brawling each other and they get arrested for various fighting stuff then or whatever, you know, like various assault charges and stuff like that, okay, maybe you deter that, you know, couple of those kids or whatever the case be into something else. And that's another thing too, by the way. I've seen groups out there before that this actually does work sometimes where it's like the, you know, guns down, gloves up kind of thing or whatever then. And it's like these boxing places that people make. And it's like, yeah, dude, you can put these kids into something like that and you focus their energy. You know, they got all this energy to burn off, dude. Have them focus in the fucking ring. Teach them how to box. Teach them how to fight. Hell, teach them MMA skills and stuff like that. Have them become a fucking pro fighter in their later teens, early 20s and stuff like that, dude. Or if nothing else, have them become an amateur fighter that might be able to make it to the pros and stuff like that, like a UFC or a Bellator or something like that later on in life or something. But that's what it is, man. Unless you give them an opportunity, they're never going to make that themselves what it is in most cases. Because they physically can't, because they have no idea what the fuck to go and how to do is what it is then. But yeah, if you can have that, you know, mentor in their life that can lead them to that place, lead them to the promised land, if you will, maybe we could make a better society overall then. But unfortunately, it's going to take real fucking shit being done right now. And again, as Brown said, individual cases. And I agree with her on that one, dude, because again, it shouldn't be a blanket thing where it's like mandatory minimums for everybody or whatever the case be. But yeah, it should be a certain thing where it's like, yeah, if you're doing certain crimes and stuff like that, yeah, those crimes specifically, whether it be carjacking or murder or robbery or whatever the case be, should actually be carrying a mandatory sentence. That's what it is, dude. Because that's the problem right now. You got these fucking dumbass judges, most of which, by the way, look like fucking Brown herself is what it is there, who want to sit there and be like, oh, well, you look like me, I'm going to go ahead and give you a slap on the wrist. Oh, you're some white kid, I'm going to give you the maximum sentence. Or, oh, you're some fucking Asian guy or whatever, I'm going to give you the maximum sentence too, or whatever the case be. It's just like that bitch Ketanji Brown Jackson did years ago, where you had mandatory minimums for sex offenders at federal levels and stuff like that. And instead of actually giving these people the mandatory minimums what it is, she's like, oh no, I'm going to give this guy that raped like 10 kids fucking like a year and a half. And then wonder why the guy got out in like 18 months and did the same fucking thing all over again, dude. Like there's reasons why you have to put mandatory minimums in place for certain fucking crimes, dude. Because again, you have so much hardcore criminality in this country. And it is such disgusting behavior that some of these fucking sick fucks do that they must be locked away forever is what it is, dude. For real. So, anyway. Going back to the rest of this, though.
Who's a general point system to determine whether to hold or
Use a
release
general
the
point system.
juvenile.
What a joke.
Initially, when I made the decision to do that, I was told, you're holding up the system.
Because she
You're
is. She's a
delaying
dumb
the
bitch,
release, because
dude.
I couldn't look at those until the end of my court day. And I said, I don't care.
She also used
Of course you don't, because
tough
you're a fucking
love.
activist piece of shit, lady.
If I've got a kid who's in for his third receiving stolen property, that kid's going to spend some time in the detention center. I need them to get a glimpse of what their future looks like.
His third crime was receiving stolen property? How about his fucking second, you dumb bitch? How about his fucking first, for God's sakes? Jesus Christ, lady. Why is this woman still walking free is my question, dude. Why are we not fucking charging her dumb ass as a accessory after the fact to all these fucking kids' crimes, dude?
McGee Brown says an ankle
For being a
bud
fucking
there
activist
is
judge.
not going to cut it.
They need to not have the playbook in advance. They need to appreciate that if they commit a crime, they're uncertain of what might happen.
Yeah,
They
just
might
hiding a
not
fucking
go
Glock in
home.
your pants.
McGee Brown says this isn't just a problem here in Columbus, it's everywhere. She says it would help if the judges, city, and state leaders got together to decide a plan of action and if they all fully backed each other on that mission.
No, it's a problem in every single Democrat-run hell pocket in this fucking state in this country is what it is. This doesn't happen where I'm at, dude, in red areas. It happens in blue leftist shithole areas where you got these fucking retards like Yvette McGee Brown being in power as a fucking judge. And that's what I said before, dude. This is exactly, Yvette McGee Brown is the exact reason, like she is a prime example of the exact reason why we need to have a 20th Amendment to the Constitution that includes auto DQs from office and auto DQs for running for office. And if you're going to be some activist piece of shit judge like this, dude, then no, your ass needs to be going to jail for a while is what it is, man. And be charged with a fuck ton of crimes yourself is what it is there. We got a couple more of these, though. We're going to talk about right now. Got this one, which is North Columbus Dairy Queen murder suspect arrested, issued $3 million bond.
This morning for a man charged in a deadly shooting at $3 million. Makai Lewis is charged with murder in connection to a shooting Saturday
What a dumb
afternoon
fuck.
at a Dairy Queen on Schrock Road. That shooting left 19-year-old Nathaniel Joe Summerall dead. A second adult was also hospitalized. Police say a fight in the parking lot between the two victims and several other men led to the shooting.
No, what led to that shooting was you had this piece of shit not want to get his ass kicked in that brawl in that fight. So what does he do? Like a little pussy ass bitch pulls out a gun and kills the other guy. That's the fucking problem right there, dude. It's too many punk ass little bitches don't want to take an ass whooping is what it is in this country. Anyway. All right, we're going to do this one from 3 months ago. This is back when you had all those juveniles and stuff, and I'm assuming some of them were adults for that matter too. All the people that wanted to be identified after the, I think they call it hooning is what it is. The street takeover events and stuff like that, which, by the way, state of Ohio right now is now trying to ban hooning in the state of Ohio, which is basically the street takeovers, and they're doing all kinds of criminal shit there is what it is, racing cars and stuff like that. Which, ironically enough, apparently, every time a Fast and Furious movie comes out, I guess those uptick quite a bit is what it is, at least according to some cops in California and a few other places where they go on like crazy. So, makes sense, honestly, because you have people seeing a new movie and being like, hey, let's go do some car tricks. And instead of actually going to, I don't know, a fucking actual drag strip and doing the stuff there, no, you're going to go ahead and take over a fucking street like a bunch of assholes and cause a bunch of fucking crime and burnouts and stuff like that and be a bunch of retards is what it is, dude. But yeah, let's see. You got top 3, number 5, 6, 7. It looks like 8 are all various minorities. I think 4 is a white kid. 9 is white. And then looks like 13 and 14 are both white. Everybody else is a minority. So.
Right now, police are looking for these 16 people. Take a look.
Yeah, investigators just releasing these pictures today, saying that these individuals
Yeah, it's like a bunch of
were involved
dumbasses.
in a street takeover last month at a business on Johnstown Road. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Andrew Ginther.
So this would have been about 4 months ago this happened.
And I'm Yolanda Harris. Now, 10 TV has been following multiple
So back in
street
early May.
takeovers for weeks now. 10 TV's Ashley Bernanson spoke with Columbus Police, and she has the steps they're taking tonight to crack down.
The street takeovers, they present a very dangerous situation.
Columbus police are working to identify 16 individuals who say caused chaos in a street takeover on April 29th, with dozens storming and raiding.
And that's what it is, right? So you have, like, it's not even, that's the thing, it's not like it's hundreds of thousands of people or whatever the case be. It's maybe a dozen or a couple dozen people, dude, that are causing all this fucking crime and shit to go on there. And if you took out that dozen or couple dozen people from society, we could actually have a nice society again. But that's the problem. You have these fucking piece of shit judges, these piece of shit prosecutors, etc., not wanting to actually slap these motherfuckers with a damn book for the crimes they've committed already at this point. Lock them the fuck wherever they belong, and you take down crime. You have law and order again, for God's sakes. And that's exactly why Andrew Ginther and other Democrats and Democrat judges and activists, prosecutors, etc., Soros-paid prosecutors, all these other assholes like that, dude, need to be in fucking federal prison right now. Or bare minimum state prison right now for various crimes, including deprivation of rights of laws, what it is, because they keep trying to grab guns every chance they get. Anyway.
A business on Johnstown 29th, with dozens storming and raiding a business on Johnstown Road.
Yeah, just stealing from a convenience store.
Tell 10 TV, over 50 people stormed into streets on Johnstown Road and Stelzer Road.
Over 50
stealing
people.
Merchandise, blocking the pumps, the exits, and causing mayhem.
Good Lord.
16 of them specifically we're looking for went inside the business and selected product, ate it, drank it.
Of course they did.
Didn't pay. They damaged some items and engaged basically in very disorderly behavior that caused a lot of concern.
I'm going to go back on this for a sec now.
Damaged, but didn't. For went inside.
So let's see. So we got
the pumps, the exits, and causing mayhem.
The 16.
Number 9 looks like a dipshit.
Of them specifically we're looking for went inside.
Number 10 looks like a real fucking idiot, by the way. Number 12 just looks like a dumb cunt. Let's see here. So you got, let's see, that's 12.
And selected.
13 looks like a fucking clown ass. 14 also looks like a fucking ass clown. This kid looks like the kid that's like either an illegal alien in this country or his family is illegal, is what it would be then. And they had him as like their anchor baby or whatever here.
Drank it.
15 looks like one of these dipshit teenagers that I've seen before that I've had to deal with myself.
But didn't pay.
16 kind of looks like... Actually, 16 kind of looks like a thinner version of me at that age, to be honest with you. I had that same kind of jacked looking haircut back then.
They damaged some items.
That being said, I wasn't a fucking criminal. That's the big difference. I wasn't stealing shit at that age, dude. 15, 16, whatever it is there. So, anyway. I digress.
And engaged basically in very disorderly behavior.
Disorderly behavior.
Concern for the people working there and any other patrons that were coming there as well.
Commander of Property Crime Alex Bainan says some individuals will be charged with theft and riots.
As you can imagine,
good. They should all be charged with theft and riots.
Legitimate business are frightened and leave. Employees of these businesses.
Okay, so I'm going to point something out on this one right now, dude. That's highway robbery, bro. The price of gas these days because of Bidenflation. So, you know what I'm saying, man? Like anything over $3 is a fucking highway robbery at this point, dude. Almost $4 there. Like, damn, dude. $3.62 going on $4 right now. I think it's almost above $4 now in certain parts of Columbus too, for that matter. And this because I guess this is 3 months ago.
Are frightened and leave. Employees of these businesses are very much concerned for their safety. I know there is a general,
and that's why there should be a carry on the job thing across the board now.
In all neighborhoods of this level of chaos.
City Attorney Zach Klein says these people need.
Oh, that's the little shithead. Okay. By the way, this is the fucking dickhead attorney that if I ever get the money together, I'm going to sue the shit out of too, by the way, because this is the asshole who was working with Ginther, Zach Klein there, who is trying to fuck with state preemption. Again and again and again.
Individuals, we have to have the justice system step up and send a message that this amount of chaos.
No, Zach, you being a city lawyer, and I'm pretty sure by default a city prosecutor, could do the job yourself there, buddy. Or if nothing else, you have a sway in the matter, sir, you have the actual sway to call. Let me go look up who the Franklin County prosecutor is right now, actually, so I can know exactly who I'm talking about currently. Franklin County Prosecutor's Office. Let's see, Franklin County Prosecutor is... Who the fuck is Franklin County? Are you gonna fucking tell me who the goddamn prosecutor is? Let's see. Shane Sant, S-A-N-T, or sorry, Sean Sant. All right, let's see. Sean Sant. Franklin County, Ohio prosecutor. Guess I should have looked up there. Is that the guy for Ohio? Or is that a different guy? Let's see here. Sorry, not Sean Sant. It is... Man, this guy looks like a pedophile. Holy shit. So his name is Gary. Gary looks like a fucking pedo bear, dude. Of course, he's a Democrat, by the way. So he's probably one of these fucking Soros prosecutors. Yeah, this is the fucking clown ass right here. This Gary Tarek, who is the county prosecutor for Franklin County right now, assumed the position on January 4th, 2021 until January 5th, 2025. So he's going to be in office for another basically year and a half, give or take. Oh, good God, man. Again, if Gary's not doing his job, then Gary needs to be fucking fired and replaced with somebody who will do his fucking job. So we're calling on you, Gary. Calling on you, Gary Tyak. Do your fucking job and start prosecuting these punk-ass teens, dude. Work with Zach Klein to prosecute these punk-ass teens. Slap them with all the crimes, bitch. Do your fucking job.
Not going to be accepted in our city.
Obviously, this is going to be accepted in your city there, Zach.
Consequences from putting the public safety in jeopardy.
My prosecutors do not offer any plea deals. You have to pay the full fine and penalty. And on top of that, we will seize your car as evidence for the duration of the case.
Anyone with information on the suspects or the incident.
Typical Democrat.
Call Columbus Police. Reporting at the Columbus Police Academy, I'm Ashley Bornanson for 10 TV News.
Okay, and that's pathetic, right? This happened 3 months ago, bro. And I'm sure they still haven't caught most of these fucking kids right now, dude. They probably caught the white kids at this point, I'm guessing. And we're like, oh, all the white kids got to do their fucking shit now. So, let's go ahead and see what this one is now. Who are the game over kids? This is from a year ago. Teens accused of repeatedly stealing cars in the Columbus area. Well, I'm sure it's a bunch of GTA dipshits is what it really is, man. A bunch of the Kia boys, if you will. And again, you smack these kids with the fucking hardest crime possible, dude, or the hardest charge possible, and they can actually be dealt with accordingly. And it works out better for everybody then, man. And you don't gotta have dumbasses talking about gun violence and trying to steal gun rights under fucking breaking a state preemption. That's what it is. Which is what the final story today will be. Which is state lawmakers react to recent gun violence, quote unquote gun violence. It's not gun violence, it's gang violence, you fucking idiots at Columbus for.
To keep and bear arms.
For a local government or a state government.
Right to keep and bear arms.
For a local government or a state government to pass something contrary to the U.S. Constitution is unconstitutional.
But
Yes, it
Columbus
is.
Division of Police Chief Elaine Bryant says state laws are increasing access time and time again.
When you have permitless carry and people can carry a firearm.
Fuck you, cunt!
Have any training?
Guess what, Elaine Bryant? Your ass is going to be at the top of the fucking list to be arrested in my governorship, you dumb fucking cunt. I'm not putting up with your crap anymore, lady. Fuck you. It's not state constitutional carry, you dumb bitch. It's you being a fucking shithead police chief, lady. It's you being a fucking minority police chief in this country and doing fucking nothing to actually catch these little punk-ass kids. They look just like your fucking dumbass. And if you do catch one or two of them, what do? You go to the county prosecutor. Just cut them a plea deal, bro. Just cut them a plea deal. They're just good kids. No, they're not. Half of them are going to be fucking gangbangers for life, dude. You're going out there committing fucking 50 carjackings in a fucking 6-month time span. You're not going to be a fucking good boy, dude. You're doing a bunch of crimes over and over again because you have no fucking respect for the law. You have no fucking respect for anybody for that matter. Because you understand you have no consequence for your fucking actions. Because a shithead minority police chief's like this dumb bitch right here. And you got fucking retard Ginther in the background acting all fucking tough, being all like, ugh. You're a fucking retard too, Ginther. Like, seriously. Elaine Bryant, Andrew Ginther, Zach Clowney being fucking Ohio State prison right now for the shit they pulled right now against the state of Ohio, dude. For trying to break state preemption and everything else like that. All three of these both of these bitches right here need to be fucking fired, dude.
Conflict resolution. This is what we're seeing right
now.
You can carry a firearm. When you have permitless carry and people can carry a firearm and they don't have to have any training.
Okay, first of all, you stupid fucking whore. You, number one, have to be over 21 to carry said firearm. Number two, you can't be a fucking felon in the state of Ohio or have any other high-level misdemeanors that could be qualified as like felonies, like domestic violence and battery and shit like that. And number three, it doesn't matter if you have training or not, you dumbass bitch, because number one, most people that are constitutionally carrying aren't fucking criminals and actually follow most laws. And by the way, just because I didn't go to a fucking gun range and pay some fucking asshole $65 to $100+ to get a CCW in this state, plus another $65 to go to my fucking state county police chief's office, or not police chief, sheriff's office, and pay that on top of that then. So it's like 160, like anywhere from like $130 to $165 or more to get that shit done, by the way. Take 8 hours out of my fucking time for a day to go do that class, which, by the way, is only like an hour or 2 hours on the range is what it is there, dude. I have had more range time in the last 6 months than these fucking people given a day, dude. By a lot. And that's the entire point, man. There's not much to know how to shoot a gun, lady. Hell, you dumbass fucking cops don't even... Shit, man. You want to sit there and bitch about no training? How about you go do more training than the once-a-year fucking qualifications you gotta do, lady? Or in some cases, it's actually once every 3 to 5 years in a lot of cases, actually, if you're like a detective or something like that is what it is, dude. They don't even have to qualify with their firearm every year is what it is. They can only do it, they have to do it like once every couple years, once every like 3 to 5 years is what it is then, depending on the police department and stuff like that is what it is there. So yeah, these motherfuckers have less time under their belts with a firearm as a police officer in this country than I fucking do as an armed citizen. So fuck you, Elaine. Fuck you. Fuck your anti-gun bullshit. That has absolutely nothing to do with this fucking thing at all, lady. Because again, it's not repeat violent felons that are allowed to walk around with constitutional carry, you dumb bitch. In fact, they are exempt from having constitutional carry laws and being able to legally carry. And anyone under the age of 21 can't do it either. That's why you had that kid a couple months ago that I talked about several times on this channel now. It's why you had, it was Toledo, Ohio that they were following on OP Live there. And they did the Terry stop shot on him with the tinted window. He had lower, what do you call it now? It was like very black tinted windows, what it was then, to where they couldn't see in. And what did they bust him with? They busted him at 19 years old, constitutionally carrying a firearm in a state where you have to be 21 over to do so. And then they also found like a bowl or something in his car with him. So it was like, oh, you have weed and guns now, so now you're getting multiple felonies now is what it is. And now this kid's having to fight in the court system at the age of 19 because he was constitutionally carrying and wanted to smoke a bowl. It's fucking bullshit, dude, entirely. And yet, this dumb bitch wants to talk about people using the fucking law. It's like, nah, dude. Many people can't even cover anything is what it is, lady. Most of the criminals in your fucking city there that are doing these crimes are under the age of 21, lady. Just like those two teens that we talked about in the earlier story there that were at that high school football game there with full auto Glocks for the switches and shit. Or mimicking full auto is what it is because the Glock switch does what it is. Yeah, and we're shooting the fucking place up, dude. We're already, before that, convicted felons in their teenage years. And we're only like 17 or 18 then. Number one, can't buy a fucking handgun in the state of Ohio on the age of 21, lady, or any other state in this country for that matter. Because you have to be 21 over for FFLs to sell you a gun then. That's a handgun. Number two, most people, which is pretty much everybody, as far as I'm aware of right now that I've ever talked to, is not selling guns to kids, aka teenagers, in private sales. They're just not. So what you're going to have is, just like we've seen time and again in many of these videos, just like we've seen time and again in many of these articles and these news stations and stuff like that, where you have some asshole, some Kia boys, go out there and steal a Kia or a Hyundai or whatever it is, crash that motherfucker into a gun shop, have like 5 to 10 guys jump out, run inside with fucking hammers or whatever the fuck they have in their hands at that point, breaking glass, shattering the glass cases and stuff like that, and then just grabbing out a bunch of handguns and stuff like that and shove them into a bag then. And then you wonder how these kids get their guns there. That's exactly how they get them in many cases. And if they don't get them that way, guess how they get them? You have a dumbass person who is too stupid to actually take their gun inside the house with them, and so they'll leave the gun in an unlocked fucking car, and then you got one of these little punk asses going around fucking checking doors at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, whatever it's going to be there, yanking on doors and shit like that. Pop a door open that's unlocked, search around the floorboards, oh, found a gun. Now they stole a gun now. That's how they get these firearms, dude. They're not legally obtained. Number one, they're not legally buying guns. Number two, they're not legally able to constitutionally carry a gun. So quit your fucking lies, lady. We're sick and tired of your shit. Your constant fucking lies and Democrat bullshit is what it is, bitch. Same thing with Ginther's fucking lying ass.
Conflict resolution. This is what we're seeing right now.
Do you see a problem passing laws like that when gun violence is increasing?
It's not gun violence, it's gang violence.
Not at all. Something like permitless carry has no effect on how many gun crimes are committed. Criminals
Tell 'em, Ron.
crimes, not law-abiding citizens.
Exactly.
Ginther says if the state legislator does not want to take action, he has.
By the way, the guy that was talking was Ron Ferguson. He's one of the 4 guys. That might be why Ohio is putting a lockdown again, which we're not going to put up with that, Ron. Just let you know that now, buddy. And the reason I say that is because I'm actually going to go to something else right now for a minute here, which is something I talked about here recently on legiscan.com that was put into place in our General Assembly, which was, let me see, where's that now here? Let's see, increase state minimum wage, regression examples, there we go. Authorize certain public bodies to meet virtually. It's House Bill 257. And we're going to grab this up really quick and talk about it, which is to do some stuff to revise code, to authorize certain public bodies to meet virtually and to declare an emergency. And it was James Hoops, Thaddeus Claggett, who's a new guy. Oh, sorry. I was thinking it was Ron Ferguson. I think that's who that was. I think that guy's Ron Ferguson. Sorry. My mistake, different guy. Newcomer, by the way, Thaddeus is also a newcomer. Another newcomer being Roy Kapfenstein, and third newcomer, Monica Rab Basdall. So you got Hoops, who's like a 3rd or 4th termer right now, and then 3 new people is what it is there. Actually, I'm going to make sure that this is not the same guy. I don't think that was the guy I was thinking it was now. Or is it? Trying to find. Okay, no, it's a different guy. Okay, my mistake. For some reason, I was thinking it was Ron. Okay, I'm sorry, Ron. I apologize to you on that one, bro. I thought it was you for some reason. I was thinking it was Ron, not Roy. But you can't blame me, dude. Y'all start both with an R, and it's damn close, dude. It's like 1 letter off. So, but either way, yeah, you got 4 Earthworkers there is what it is, and James Hoops, Thaddeus Claggett, Ron Kempfernstein, and Monica Rob Bosdahl. And it's fucked up, too, because Monica is supposed to be a Pro 2A champion. So the fact that she's trying to, like, do lockdown stuff now is really slapping the face to everybody is what it is, dude. So, yeah, that's Monica right there. And then the other people that were part of this, you have Thaddeus Claggett, who didn't beat anybody in the general election. He actually beat a dude who was appointed by a householder in the primaries. He should have actually been a state rep the last go around. He's actually a businessman. And then James Hoops, who is a scumbag and has been a scumbag for a long ass time in the state house. He's definitely corrupt as shit, by the way, and should be in prison right now. He is this jackass right here. So, little dickless loser, what it is, dude. So, of course, he'd be the primary sponsor of this shit. But yeah, either way, all 4 of them can fuck off, dude. And they're probably going to be the first 4 rhinos I'm going to actually try to get thrown out of the General Assembly at this point, dude. So, anyway. But, yeah, my bad. Sorry, Ron Ferguson. I totally thought it was you, dude. I really did. I swear to God. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe it's because it's a similar name, honestly, if you look at it correctly from my thinking, dude. Maybe it's because you did some shady shit before, dude. So I will apologize to you on that one, dude. But I think you have done some shady shit in the past, Ron. So I'm still gonna side eye you, motherfucker, because I'm not sure how you voted for the issue 1 thing. Is what it is, dude. I can't remember if you're one of the people that voted against it or voted for it. Is what it is there. So I got my eye on you, Ron. Anyway, going back to Andrew Ginther's dumbass though, talking about breaking state preemption here again.
Take action. He has one message for lawmakers.
Get out of our way. Let us do our jobs.
Get out of office, Ginther. Bitch.
Keep our city safe.
We can't have 100 different gun laws different in every city across the state. Gun violence occurs from criminals breaking the law, and passing more laws doesn't get criminals to start acting correctly.
The most recent Republican-led gun legislation introduced would exempt certain firearms and ammunition from sales tax. I did also reach out to Governor Mike DeWine's
Hell yeah, bitch.
office. A spokesperson says the governor does support gun legislation to do things like target repeat criminal offenders. Local for you at the State House, I'm Natalie Fahmy, NBC4.
Which, by the way, is a huge difference from what DeWine supported 4 years ago for the Dayton Massacre when he was literally trying to pass the Strong Ohio initiative, I think is what it was called. And it was literally trying to grab guns. It was bitch-ass Dolan back then. You know, Matt Dolan, the same rhino sack shit that's not running for U.S. Senate, who most recently, back in December of 2022, tried to pass a piece of anti-gun legislation through a Senate Finance Committee he chaired, which would have literally fucked over our gun rights and created basically a backdoor red flag along the state of Ohio and backdoor universal background checks on top of that is what it was. It was called Senate Bill 357, by the way, from the 100... actually, I'm not sure what the actual number is, but it's basically was the 2021, 2022 General Assembly is what it was for the state of Ohio. So if you look that one up, you can find it there. But, yeah, needless to say, it's a bunch of shit all the way around, dude. And he's right about that one, dude. Huh. That was interesting. One of the ones that popped up on the side here, I guess because this is the 30th anniversary happened with Rittenhouse recently. This is from a year ago. It says Rittenhouse shooting victim confronted with video showing him pointing gun at defendant. That was that idiot Gage, Mr. One Bosset Man. Ha. Yeah. Speaking of the quote unquote gun violence, this is the dickhead mayor that took over for that idiot.
A lot of the things
we're going to talk about this for a minute. This is the dickhead mayor that took over for that dipshit John Crennelly. The new Cincinnati mayor there, who is some fucking minority guy. I have no idea how to pronounce this guy's name, even, to be honest with you guys. I'm not even going to try.
Buffalo is doing, we're also doing.
Yeah, as you can see, it's like Aftab Purveil. Dude, how the fuck are you even allowed to hold office in my country, bitch? Get the fuck out. Seriously. You were not born here, dude, 100%. Your fucking family's from India, I guarantee it, bro. Or the Middle East or some shit like that. Go back to the fuck to where you came from, dude. Get the hell out of the state of Ohio and get the hell out of office.
There's no doubt that we can
Sick and tired of your
always
shit here,
learn
dude.
from other cities, but your viewers should know that our...
Oh, what, you can learn from other cities? Oh, you mean other anti-gun cities and anti-gun states that do nothing except restrict people's rights to be able to keep and bear arms? And then you wonder why the state of New York has some of the most horrific violence going on every day. You wonder why the fucking city of New York has the biggest fucking criminal thing in it right now, to where you have to have them literally putting chains on the doors of the frozen food section to stop people from stealing little fucking thing of Haagen-Dazs ice cream. And if they're not putting chains across the actual doors, what are they doing? They're putting lockable things on top of the fucking ice cream containers, dude. Is that what you really want? Aftab? Really, bro? Is that what you really fucking want in the state of Ohio, you dumb motherfucker? Because if that be the case, we can make that happen, dude. But you know what's going to happen on top of that, bro? Cincinnati, that you lead right now, will become the first city-state in the state of Ohio that we wall the fuck off with your dumb ass inside of it and the rest of these fucking idiots inside of it, too, that are your fucking idiot voter base right now. Is that what you really want? half tab, because that can be arranged, dog. Be arranged real quick. We can get some good old shipping containers out there and do it just like the movie Army of the Dead, man, where you just drop the shit right in place. Just make it a walled off city is what it is then. So, anyway. I don't think that's what you want, dude. I think you just want to sit there and bitch and moan because, I know for a fact, by the way, the reason I'm calling this asshole out right now, I know for a fact I'm going to be probably facing off against this fuck knuckle or some other fucking Democrat fuck knuckle come 2026 when I become the nominee for the governor's race for the Republican primary. After the Republican primary, and some other dumbass Democrat will be the thing for their respective parties. What it'll be then.
Trends are going down. The mayor
no, they're not. You lying prick.
Statistics show homicides are significantly lower, down 24% since 2021, and violent crime is down as well, 6% lower than 2021 and 2022.
Yeah, you know what else happened during 2021, buddy? Oh yeah, I seem to remember that the state of Ohio was locked down for about 6 to 8 months then, dog. So of course it was a lower crime statistic back then. You know what it wasn't a lower crime statistic back then? Back in 2020 itself, when you had massive rioting, buddy boy, which is pretty much exactly where your dumbass got into power then. Right after that is what it would have been. Fucking clown ass Democrats, dude. By the way, for those interested, this would be one of the ass clowns that I'm going to have arrested if I become governor. For just being an anti-gunner, fucking sack of shit and everything else like that, dude. Trying to deprive Ohioans of our constitutional right to keep and bear arms is what it is. Be his actual crime.
We've hit our goals. Public safety is our first, second, and third priority.
Public safety,
and that's
my
why we're
ass.
spending so much money on it. But the mayor cannot ignore the fact that...
Okay, you want to talk about public safety, AFTAB? Then let's talk about the criminals that your dumbass fucking county sheriff, Hamilton County Sheriff and Bloomberg puppet, by her own admission, Charmaine McGuffey, is allowing back on the streets. And yet every time there's pro-2A legislation going through the Ohio General Assembly, what does this dumb cunt do? She's like the only sheriff that shows up and is like, I totally support the efforts of Moms Demand Action trying to deal with gun violence in the state of Ohio. Whoever the Hamilton County coroner is right now, dude, arrest Charmaine McGuffey already, seriously. You're the only person in that county that has the power to legally do that, by the way, for those interested. That's something I found out during 2020 from my buddy, who is the reason on my Constitution to this day, actually. And it was because of him that I basically found out that apparently the only person that can arrest a sitting sheriff is the sitting county coroner in that area. So yeah, whoever the Hamilton County coroner is right now, dude, needs to arrest McGuffey right now on the spot right now, dude. And then from there, you have a new sheriff put in place there in Hamilton County, and that new sheriff arrests AFTAB's ass for deprivation of of laws. What it is then, dude. And we got better things going on in Cincinnati. Is what it'll be then, because you have to have a new mayor then.
Are getting shot in Cincinnati at a rate of more than one victim per day. Year-to-date numbers
more than one victim per day.
2022, Jesus. But virtually the same as 2021, which is why we went to Buffalo, where their 60% drop in shooting victims left us wondering what they are doing and whether we can duplicate it here. Buffalo.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they're actually prosecuting the fucking repeat criminals. Just a thought, maybe, before we even get into the rest of this news station article here is what it is, dude. That's my guess anyway. I'm going to guess that. Let's go ahead and hear it, though.
Police shared their strategies with us. We shared them with the mayor.
The grid strategy that came from your segment, the directed patrols, the overtime that we pay.
The overtime, really.
SWAT and CDRT to high volume, high dense, and high crime areas. We're doing all of that.
The police commissioner shared that his officers find people posting gun selfies on social media and go to their homes.
We also
what the fuck?
So our intelligence unit...
Wait a minute now. Okay. So I'm assuming that was the Buffalo people doing that shit. So you have people posting a selfie with a firearm online, and you have deprivation of rights under color of law by the Buffalo, New York cops to illegally go knock on people's doors and try to deprive them of their rights, dude. Great solution, you fucking Nazis. You know, you SS wannabe motherfuckers underneath Hitler's regime there. Because that's what you fucking Democrats are these days, dude. Seriously. 100% modern day brown shirts, dude. 100% Stalin's fucking red shirt people back in the day. As well as Pol Pot's Khmer Rouge. Congratulations. You are the fucking problem. And I guarantee that 60% is not going down from just that, dude. There's a bunch of mitigating factors besides that shit they're not talking about here yet.
Back social media.
What did you see there that perhaps could work here?
What I was really inspired by was the efforts by the community in one of your segments where all of the various disparate organizations had come together instead of everyone competing for city dollars, came together under one umbrella. We are actually also...
Oh, so you mean all the city organizations came together under communism? Really? Really? Really, dude? You're going to be fucking doing pro-communist shit there is what it is? Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. How the fuck are you still in office, man? Like, seriously, why are we not having recalls on these people at this point? Oh yeah, that's right, because Ohio doesn't have recalls at a state level yet. We do, however, though, have Article 1, Section 2 of the Ohio Constitution that allows you to remove people out of office, and I'm pretty sure that would include sitting mayors, for that matter. Maybe use it, Cincinnati, and get a better mayor. Same thing with you, Akron, because your dumbass fucking, fake mayor there is going to be stealing the election with a no actual race at all. Is going to be a one-horse race again. Because you're a Democrat hell pocket.
So following that strategy, we haven't deployed it yet.
But the mayor says the city has a
wait.
grant to do
for city dollars came together under one umbrella. We are actually also following that strategy. We haven't deployed it yet, but the mayor says the city...
We are also following that strategy. We haven't deployed it yet, so we don't know if it actually works or not. I seriously can't help but laugh at this shit, dude, because it's that fucking retarded. It really is that fucking retarded. Oh my god. My god, man.
He has earmarked a $600,000 grant to do just that. One factor in Buffalo
600
over
grand
Cincinnati
grant.
has little control is the gun laws in New York, much more restrictive than Ohio.
Exactly.
In Ohio, our gun laws are completely backwards. And so as a result...
No, they're not, you fucking oath-breaking prick.
It's an arms race. People don't feel safe unless they have a gun, so now everybody has a gun.
Overall...
Clearly everybody doesn't have a gun, jackass, because if everybody did have a gun, guess what? You'd have a bunch of dead criminals in the state of Ohio, which we don't have yet. And that's the problem. You have people that will walk around unarmed against criminals who are armed with illegal firearms, illegally obtained firearms, whether it be stolen guns from gun shops, whether it be stolen guns from people's cars, etc., etc. Whether it be like they did with my fucking house 2 years ago. 2 pieces of shit kicked my fucking back door when I wasn't home, stole one of my fucking rifles that was sitting here. Had to literally breaking and entering of my home to do so, committing multiple felonies in the process of doing that. Had I been home at the time, I could have legally killed both of these guys in self-defense and been qualified under stand your ground to do so, dude, because I would have both stand your ground and castle doctrine on my side during that time period. Because they were illegally entering my home in a constitutional carry, stand your ground, castle doctrine state. But, oh yes, Ohio's gun laws are backwards. No, they're not, you dumb motherfucker. Your dumb ass being in office is backwards there, AFTAB. That's the problem. Piece of shit Democrats like you, buddy, and every other fucking person with a damn Democrat next to their name, like Allison Russo and Casey Weinstein, etc., being in office at all, is what the fucking problem with Ohio is right now, dude, because you're the most corrupt criminal pieces of shit in this entire state right now, and you commit crime after crime in office. You are committing deprivation of rule of law. You're completely breaking your sworn oath to the U.S. Constitution that you took January 4th, 2022. And yet you want to sit there and bitch and moan about shit. Or sorry, it wasn't even January 4th, 2022. It would have been January 4th, 2023 is when you took the oath of office here. or maybe it was the 3rd. I'm not sure exactly when. 3rd, 5th, someplace in there. Beginning of this year is when Aftab took his oath of office, dude, after winning the Cincinnati mayor's race in 2022 is what it is. So.
The mayor says Cincinnati is already doing or is about to do everything Buffalo is doing and more.
I'm really happy for Buffalo.
Oh, you're going to break state preemption again, asshole?
Success. Of course, I always want to learn from best practices and where programs are working, but it's not as if we can take something off the shelf and just put it in Cincinnati.
Several members of city council, the state legislature, and community groups say they did see things in our reporting from Buffalo that they would like to see done here. We will continue to investigate.
Oh, yeah? Which state lawmakers? The Democrat Party that's now trying to push for safe storage laws, another unconstitutional bullshit guy?
This is David Winter, Local 12.
Is that what it is? Because I guarantee that's what it is, dog. So, anyway. Yeah. Such a bunch of shit, dude, entirely. I'm so fucking sick and tired of it. I'm just really fucking sick and tired of the Democrats in this state, honestly, dude. Because these are the same, by the way, these are the same pieces of shit that are not only trying to deprive you of your gun rights to keep and bear arms, because they want to go full tyrant and go with mask mandates and other kinds of unconstitutional bullshit that's not law. But they also want to kill your kids. And if they can't kill your kids in the womb, they're going to kill your kids with sterilization, dude. They're going to kill any future bloodlines you could have after that is what it'll be. They are some sick, demonic fuckers, dude. 100% across the board right now. And they will lose. They will lose to God's warriors at this point, dude. They will lose to Jesus's angels, is what it will be. And they will be smited from this earth. And this is the problem, right? And the real thing that pisses me off in general with these people is, dude, these Democrats, whether it be Aftab or whoever the fuck else here is, these are the same hypocrite pieces of shit, by the way, who are actively trying to grab guns from legal gun owners like myself, etc. Yet meanwhile, their bitch asses have 2, 4, 6, 8, whatever it is, bodyguards, armed bodyguards paid for by Ohio tax dollars every single fucking day of their worthless ass life while they're in office. It's a bunch of shit, dude. Quit being a hypocrite douchebag, dude. Give up your fucking armed security, Aftab. Give up your armed security, Andrew Ginther. Tell your local fucking PDs there in Columbus and Cincinnati that, no, I'm not going to have you ride with me anymore. I'm not going to ride in a vehicle with you guys anymore. I'm going to drive myself someplace. Or I'll have my driver, and it'll be me and my driver, and that's it. And we'll be unarmed. Lead by example, motherfuckers. Instead of being a bunch of hypocrite fucking cunts. But of course you're not going to do that. Neither is that piece of shit Justin Bibb. Yeah, we're going to call you up, Bibb. We're not going to forget about your bitch ass there in fucking Cleveland, asshole. Since you're one of the biggest oath-breaking sacks of shit of all. Who should have been arrested over a month and a half ago at this point when you talked about literally getting issue 1 voted down to go Ohio 60% threshold to then push forward a ballot issue to fuck with our gun rights here is what it is. That still hasn't come about, thank God, yet, but I guarantee it's going to be by like next, probably May or so. It's my guess, honestly. That's why I'm going to try to do some stuff right now here in the next couple months is what it'll be. To start working on ballot language to actually enshrine a bunch of stuff into our state constitution right now, which would be including, not only would it be keeping Article 1, Section 4 in place, there would be adding stuff to it, including SOPA, including constitutional carry, including stand your ground, etc. And actually enshrining those into the state constitution, not just in the state revised code, which is what they are in right now. And there's a big difference between the two, by the way. State revised code stuff passed by General Assembly. The state constitution is things that can never be done away with, is what it is. And on top of that, we put a 1,000-year moratorium on every single thing in that. So it would be no attacks on the Second Amendment at all. And anybody that tries to is immediately arrested out of office, is what it is then. So anyway. But yeah, so sick and tired of these fucking Dems, dude. So sick and tired of their shit. All right, let's go ahead and see what's going on at the state level right now for a minute before we finish this off today. Let's see what we got up here for the last few days here. So that's the 2nd right now. We got a few things introduced in the last few days here. 28th, it was increased fine for repeatedly selling tobacco products to minors. Could be Republicans, could be Democrats, not sure which, maybe a mix of both. Nope, 2 Republicans. was Sarah Carruthers and Tracy Richardson. I think those were the same chicks that were on the thing to make BLM terrorism felonies in the state. Let's see. Regards immunizations for pharmacists, pharmacy interns, and techs. I'm sure this is probably Democrat Party. Yep, one Republican. Mark Romanchek in the state Senate. He's actually a good dude, by the way. At least somebody good anyway. And we got, so let's see, Senate Bill 146, increase the state minimum wage. How much? There's a bunch of Democrats on this one. Yep, every single Democrat that's in office right now in the state Senate. Kent Smith, who was termed out of the state house last year and should be tossed out of office right now over that alone. Nikki, Antonio, and Herschel Craig, they've been with Burgess forever. William DeMora has a new dipshit for the first time. Paula Hicks Hudson, who's also should have been out of office last year. Catherine English should have been the same route. And Vernon Sykes, who should also be tossed out of office right now for the anti-gun shit he's pulled in the past 4 years as well. So only one of 7 of those people being William DeMora, who should now be tossed out for oath breaking and deprivation of the code of law is what it is. All the other 6 on this list are all a bunch of anti-gun fuck boys and fuck girls. So anyway, let's see anything else. Then we got a Memorial Highway that was done by Timothy Schaefer. Schaefer is kind of Rhino-esque, I think, if I'm not mistaken. He's definitely got some shady shit in his closet for sure. He'd probably, honestly, from what I've seen from that guy, he'd probably be the one guy that would actually have a deal cut with him to basically turn everybody else would be then. And then you'd find out the corruption going on in the state house for Republicans would be then. And of course, we wouldn't do any kind of deal for the Democrat Party because they're all corrupt as fuck is what it is, dude. One more corrupt than the rest of them is what it is then. And of course, going back down to the beginning of the month, beginning of last month, you have Senate Bill 142 designates Arab American Heritage Month. Not everybody needs a fucking month, you dumb fucks. Nikki Antonio and Herschel Craig. And the fact that you, Romanchek, were on that was a kind of slap in the face. But I'm not surprised by that faggot Matt Dolan being on there at all, dude. Because Dolan is a dickless piece of shit, honestly, dude. So, he is definitely a fuck knuckle for sure. Anyway. Yeah, gun grabbing little fuck boy is what it is there. But anywho. That's about it for today, though. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will be back again for something here next few days. It'll be then. Till later. That's about it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And that's about it, honestly. I'm debating if I want to do anything else right now or not. I might do something else a little bit later. Here's what it is, though. Just talking about some stuff then or whatever. But yeah, other than that, that's it for the day, though, for this one. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll be back later. See ya.